Ladies and gentlemen, it has been few days since Happy showed his genius in Dolphin Super League semi-final when he won versus Fortitude. Spoiler alert, it was few days ago, okay? But ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you, LabyRinth, people say that's the next Happy. These guys can be as good as Happy. This guy in the group stage won versus Happy, but in the grand final, Happy had no mercy and he won the final. Another spoiler. But ladies and gentlemen, Happy showed us how to play versus human. Happy revolutionized the way of Undead can play versus human by two developments. First development, Happy has started selling his Tomb of Relics. Yes, you may say, Saul, I understand that you sell the altar because if you expand, you are forever on tier 1. In order to press tier 2 button, you don't need an altar. If you use your Crypt Lord, you cry and the game is over. And if the game is close enough, you just revive your Crypt Lord via Tavern. There is no time for the altar rebuy. But why to sell the shop? For two reasons. First reason is, you are not going to buy too many items from the shop after the first purchase, like series of purchases, and then you can just remake the shop at the expo as a part of your wall. And let's see if LabyRinth is going to do that. So he's taking 3 ghouls with him. Is he going to play Impale first? Because another thing is to Impale first. And look how many items he will buy. 3 items! There's a lot of items he doesn't want to buy anymore. And he's waiting for the Acolyte. The Acolyte is here and... Oh, baby! Baby! Oh, he's selling 2 structures! And he's not doing this to protest that human is imba, no kappa. And is it Impale first? This is Impale first, ladies and gentlemen! LabyRinth is playing like Happy. That was so juicy! He connected to all of the gnolls! That was money! And why he's playing Impale first? Because he's afraid of like insta Archmage pressure, I think, or something like that. Ladies and gentlemen, he's saving his mana. He's saving his mana for Impales. What now? What is the human doing? Human is playing Archmage Footies and he's going to expand immediately. But look at this. Expansion has been planted under the expansion before the Ziggurat. And Impale on the Footman, I would no go for it. I'm a little bit surprised. And look at this brave Footman, maybe he will die, but he's cancelling the healing on all of the units, so the Ritual Dagger wasn't that juicy. Ladies and gentlemen, can this expansion go up? As you can see, Fortitude is busy creeping here. He is far away from the expansion of the Undead, but, you know, with the Staff of Teleportation, with maybe crossing the map, good things can happen. One Footman is already crossing the map. And look at this, the shop is back as a part of the wall-off. That's genius. In the meantime, LabyRinth should be scouting for potential Fortitude position. And man, are you going to intercept this Footman? Because let me tell you, Staff of Teleportation is a real game changer. Fortitude is like, okay, bro, are you rushing me? Are you like sending the ghouls? And LabyRinth is sending the ghouls defensively. This is pretty nice. He's coming back, but man, look at this Footman! All of those units, can you block him? No, the Water Elemental was summoned. The Water Elemental was summoned. Grande disaster. Can this expansion go up, ladies and gentlemen? It's 17 seconds. But those Water Elementals, they're attacking, they're dealing so much damage. Impale connected to 2 units. But ladies and gentlemen, okay, the first Water Elemental is dead. Level 3 on the Crippler, that's good. But another Water Elemental is here. 3, 2, 1, and expansion cancelled. Ladies and gentlemen, you saw the potential, how close it was, but... Ladies and gentlemen, if you let one Footman in, very bad things will happen. Very bad things will happen to you. Expansion cancelled, this is a disaster. Look at the human. Human is mining just fine. He's keeping footies just in case. But man, LabyRinth's entire plan was to have an expansion greedy in the greedy way. And look at this now, he has to keep his ghouls around and he's making even more, like even bigger wall. Like this is a huge wall, this expansion is surrounded quite well. But at the end, ladies and gentlemen, it doesn't even matter because human is mining, human has the advantage. But, you know, some footies were killed, some water elementals were killed, Crippler is on level 3, maybe it's not the end of the world, but 40 is stacking already, and if human is stacking before the undead. And look at this, all of those ghouls are idle. Mr. LabyRinth is saying, you shall no pass, you shall no pass, and Fortitude is trying to pass. Look at this wall! And Fortitude is like, bro, what is this? Those ghouls should be working, that's okay. I'm not cancelling the expo, but you have no lumber, and you know what? I'm going to reduce your lumber even further. It's just an illusion, the real Cripplord is here. Now Fortitude, I think, can move his... LabyRinth can move his ghouls because Fortitude is in his base. And footies are running back, actually, because of the Nerubian Tower. So far, so good, and only one ghoul goes down. Not that bad, but look, 40 is still not attacking. He will attack now. He accumulated 5 acolytes, which is cool, of course. And ladies and gentlemen, this is an acolyte hunting season. Until there is no necropolis, the second one, then you can actually hunt the acolytes. Let's see if that's going to happen. Fortitude knows that LabyRinth is coming. He doesn't want to get impulse surrounded. Maybe we'll see about that. He's just pulling back. He's just pulling back. I think Fortitude thinks that he's so ahead economically that he doesn't need to risk it. But so far, so good for both players. Nobody's like over-investing here, and the games are looking fine. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is SaulApe, and I'm an ape. And I'm casting Fortitude versus LabyRinth show match from today. It wasn't a show match, it was just a practice game on Flow TV. And it's going to be on the YouTube, ladies and gentlemen. So shout out to the Twitch chat, shout out to the YouTube chat. My name is SaulApe, and I'm an ape. Expansion is operational. Cancelling it once is not the end of the world, but also remember there was 0 economic damage for the Fortitude. Ladies and gentlemen, okay, we are buying Shredder, we are buying Zeppelin. Remember that when you buy Zeppelin, that's a very good idea for the human, because Undead has only Grand Army, and this Zeppelin can save every unit. Okay, Impel is here. Killing Shredder would be like the most important thing, but Shredder has a nice position, and Shredder can be saved by the Zeppelin. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. LabyRinth has a lot of units, he's killing some footies, but his ghouls are dying as well. Shredder is being damaged, but Zeppelin Super detonated all the Impel connected, but have you seen this? The Zeppelin was waiting for this Shredder, but there was a big explosion. What a genius of LabyRinth to buy the Supper in this perfect position. And ladies and gentlemen, I'm not saying that Fortitude is losing, but Supper versus Shredder, Mamma mia, the Shredder was this... oh, the last hit. Last hit for LabyRinth. Oh, LabyRinth is back. LabyRinth is so back, and yes, Shredder got disrespected by this Supper. Betrayed. Mamma mia, grande madonna. Grande play by Laby. Okay, how is the lumber looking for the human? Lumber is looking good for the human. It's not the end of the world, but look at the experience as well. Level 4.3 killing Supper is like a lot of experience, and man, LabyRinth is still cooking. He's going tier 3 immediately. He did not forget about his altar, because when you sell the altar, you need to remake it. And, you know, he has the map control. I mean, is he really? I don't know about that. Ladies and gentlemen, what is Undead going to do? It's going to play double Crypt, double Slaughterhouse, Ghouls, Fiends. Now you add Fiends, because you want to have some Fiends versus potential heir. And you make Slaughterhouses. You make Slaughter. He's making another shop in his base, because usually you buy a lot of items. As you can see, Mana Potion and double Wand of Negation were acquired. Undead wants to spend a lot of gold by not breaking 50 supply, and that's what is exactly happening. Okay, ooh, the Zeppelin is here, and there is Greedy creeping in the middle, but there is no pulling. And this can be so strong. Mr. Fortitude, are you sure that you can creep that? And LabyRinth knows, but who is going to get the last hit? Then is Cripplord out of the nowhere. Okay, Bolt, Impel. Ladies and gentlemen, all of it, experience, and the item goes to the Undead. Grande disaster. Undead is even dispelling the water elementals. Look at Fortitude, he has no levels. This MK has 40 experience. 40 experience for Fortitude, not enough. Man, Death Knight is creeping at Cripplord, is Criplording, he's going for more Impale. Oh, he missed the impale on the Archmage. He was trying to force a TP, or at least a healing potion. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, is he going to chase? He has boots of speed in the beetle! Look at the body blocks! Bam, 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 body block! Bam, 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 bada body block! Look at those body blocks! He's clicking so hard! But ladies and gentlemen, Archmage to the rescue with the Staff of Sanctuary. Okay, the chase is over, but man, even Zeppelin got ensnared here, webbed by the Fiend. And look at the experience! Level 2.4 on the Death Knight, and Death Knight is ready to creep, while MK is benched inside of the human base. Not great! Trouble in paradise, ladies and gentlemen. Criplord and Death Knight are creeping. You may say Saul pull back the Criplord. Yes, that's what Laby is doing, but Criplord had to tank a lot. Ghoul Frenzy, Destroyer Form, those are all of the good tier 3 upgrades. And what is human producing? Of course, the Gryphons. Gryphons are amazing versus Criplord because of the Impale technologies. Because of the Impale technologies, ladies and gentlemen. Impale can't attack air units, even if they are webbed. It's only good versus heroes, and there are only 3 heroes. Okay, is it time to push already? We'll see about that. Death Knight will be level 3 and he's full of mana. MK is on level 1. This is terrible. But when we check the supply, Human, because his economy was so good in the early game, Human is almost ahead in supply and spending his gold as we speak. This is a pretty good result. There is this meme that Fortitude is like banking 2k gold in every game, but as you can see, there's a different story here. Supply is even, but what is different? Hero levels. When your second hero has the same level as your Archmage, man. When the Undead. So that's completely different. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is SaulApe and I'm an ape. Welcome everybody. Okay, creeping with Gryphons is amazing. Even though he's a red drake, he's not spell immune, so magic damage of Gryphons can connect. And here, the Gryphon, no! Oh, Holy Light in the last moment. Item, Boots of Quel'Thalas, we don't like it. Lead got some experience and Claws plus 12, that's a little bit better. How is the supply looking? Look at this. I know that Undead has good items, double heal scroll and so on, but he's behind in supply. Fortitude has a TP, he's healing his Gryphons, he's creeping, and ladies and gentlemen, what now? We have a big fight brewing. Okay, so Undead wants to fight, Undead wants to go in, okay, Fortitude as well, Impale connects to 2 heroes. Are we going for the heroes? Are we going for the Gryphons? Militia is coming! Fortitude is so fast with his reactions. Mamma mia, grande madonna. There is no much kiting when the Gryphons are ensnared by Human, but Undead is staying. Undead is holding his ground, not really, he's kiting a little bit from Militia, but look at this Genius Frost armor! All of this Militia has a terrible time. Big supply lead for the Human, but still, look at the Undead heroes, they have so much mana. Archmage left behind, Holy Light connects, there is a healing potion is here. But ladies and gentlemen, can this Archmage survive? Paladin, can Holy Light one more time? Is there another Impale? Oh, Impale connects and Archmage is going to melt! Archmage has fallen, Gryphons are webbed, supply favors the Human, but how good is Human with low levels and without Archmage? Not that great, and GG is called, Fortitude is GG out, and guys, imagine if LabyRinth would hold the Expo. Imagine if he would hold the Expo at the first time and add this level of the mid game on top of that. Yeah, we have a beast growing and his name is LabyRinth, especially in Undead versus Human. Go LabyRinth, go. Interesting creativity. I love the wall, but he screwed up. He let this Footman go in, and yeah, even though he had like this great wall, expansion was cancelled once. It was close. Guys, if you like what you saw, make sure to follow the YouTube channel, like, give a comment, like, doesn't matter. Bobber says bye-bye. See you in the next one.